difficult, but often wonderful life. Justice will come.
Hello. This video is going to be a bit different than usual. Firstly, this is the first time I'm not going off of a word-for-word script on this channel. So please keep your fingers crossed for me not tripping over my own words too much. My main reason behind making this video is spilling the beans on why did the content on this channel tended to deviate so much during the last year. I ain't going to lie, but it's mostly up to the IRL stuff just holding me back from being able to focus on this channel more. As some of you might or might have not noticed by this point, the exact style of videos I've been making on this channel became quite turbulent, especially since the end of summer of 2021. Even though I planned to attempt to release a new review every single month, starting back in April, the previously mentioned live stuff made it kinda impossible. Because of that, I tried to transition into making regular shorts videos, and I hope to find some time in between to work on the proper review videos. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out as I planned. And even though I enjoyed making these short form videos, and some of them I could even consider even kinda successful, since, this, I found myself in a place where I didn't want to make them anymore, and started thinking about coming back to the main reason I started this channel, wanting to review and share my opinion on games I'm interested in. It's all kind of simple, really. What's not simple for me though is some of the technical issues I have been having in the last couple of months with my editing NLE. Premiere Pro is known for these sorts of things that can happen out of nowhere. This kind of forced me to come up with a workflow that could take account of the need to fix already fully rendered videos, but it obviously makes it harder for me to make these in a reasonable time frame. I also still look for the perfect settings and audio post-production techniques to get my narration to sound a little bit better. But the thing that really bugs me is not technical. You probably hear it right now, or you heard it in my previous videos. It's the weird inconsistencies I have with both how I speak about something in English and also how my accent tends to work when I use it. Well, it's not great, let's be honest. I intend to put greater care into that part of the videos in the future, knowing that there might be a few of you who would enjoy the vids more if my speech was a little more fluent, I guess. Well, I also wanted to use this occasion to thank everyone who subscribed to this channel. 342 might not be a number that impresses many people these days, but, and this is not a joke, I'm still quite humbled by that number and by how many of you decided to click on the subscribe button. This YouTube channel's history is quite long, to be honest with you. And throughout most of its existence, it usually hovered around 10 subs and not 300 subs. So that's huge. Thank you. 1,000 times, and I love you guys 3,000 or whatever the current meme is. Also, this might be a little weird, but since I never mention my channel name in the videos, I suppose there still might be some vagueness on how to actually spell it. It's actually Shhkotsky. There really isn't much to it, I guess. Sorry. Its origin is not really all that important, hardly funny too, so I guess it's just something I chose and just stuck with me. Now, to actually discuss some stuff concerning the channel. I recently released a new Condemned Criminal Origins video that was supposed to be a sort of a comeback of the review videos. I have been working on it, on and off, mostly off, for the better part of 2021, and as mentioned before, making shorts on this channel had an impact of me not wanting to dive into the long-form videos for quite a while. The audio issues that I had didn't really help me with my eagerness to do it, but it's finally out. Maybe it's not doing all that amazing view count wise, but the Condemned video managed to solidify my new resolve as to wanting to dedicate this channel basically exclusively to game reviews now. though I might think about changing some stuff down the line. I've been thinking hard about if I should still use my intro, or is it a bit too much of an ask for an audience member to watch it whole, as well as obviously the structure of the videos themselves. That's something that I constantly struggle coming up with, and it differs from video to video. I'll try to look for my own sort of a style with time, but I'm still not there really. If you managed to watch my last review, you probably already noticed that the next thing I intend to make is Dune related. I do have some other things cooking up in the oven as well, but I'll keep these as a secret for now. All I can tell you is that I might have something prepared just in time for April the 1st. How original, isn't it? Oh, right. I almost forgot about the most clickbait-ish part of this video. My thoughts on Dying Light 2, obviously. I'll try to concise my opinion to just a few sentences, since you've probably already seen many other, much better, YouTube reviewers covering this game in full, and you're probably done with hearing about it. First off, I'm kind of disappointed with the technical state of the game on PC. Running it maxed out is probably beyond the capabilities of most modern rigs, since even the 3090 has to use DLSS in performance mode to lock to 60 in 4K. The ray tracing implementation is fucking amazing to look at in this one, but the character models and a lot of the world looks like it's still stuck in an era of the first game. As to gameplay, I'll just divide it into 3 parts, just to make this a little bit quicker. The exploration, the combat, and the story. First comes the exploration bit. That's actually pretty awesome, just as in Dying Light 1. The freedom of movement that you get combined with great world design allows you to just submerge yourself in this post-apocalyptic world, and it makes the whole hoarding of crafting resources from every nook and cranny of the places you explore a little more pleasant. And yes, this game is clearly inspired by the stale kind of Ubisoft-inspired open world design, but in this case it's made so well that you basically don't even notice it, and just go back to unlocking the next tower or looking for more collectible health upgrades. Secondly comes the combat, and here is where things start to get a little bit murky for me. Since the combat system, it kind of seems to be more limited than the one you found in the first game. It obviously opens up after a while, but mostly it all just comes to mashing one button and then dashing away from your foes. Third comes the story. And here I'll be honest with you, I don't think the promises Techland made a few years back have been kept. The stiff and unnatural dialogues, the very forced and not all that impactful choice-making bit, and the awkward storytelling that is mediocre enough to the point where I just stopped caring about it, just as in Dying Light 1. The 2 factions that you work for in this game are quite meaningless as well. They are more of a window dressing to a quite good looking open world than anything of substance. So all in all, it's not a bad game, but it isn't really worth investing much of your time or money right now, especially since both Elden Ring and Horizon are both just behind the corner this February. So, I wanted to thank you again for watching this video. I don't really plan on making many more of these sorts of videos in the future, maybe except when something really important, like some sort of a milestone or anniversary happens. But all in all, I'm really happy that I found any sort of an inkling to just continue doing this stuff on this very channel. I hope that I can finally have a schedule of videos that might work out somehow. In the meanwhile, it would mean the world to me if you would possibly consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I also have a Twitter account where I sometimes try and actually interact with other people. So if you want to talk about games or other stuff, you could probably find me on there. Alright, thank you again, and sayonara everybody. See you next time.